15 years after The Gymnast, which took home 28 festival awards, Dreya Weber is back in a long-awaited sequel, The Aerialist.
We don't make our movies with a lot of money. It's like super tight resources, very quick time, and so it's often not an option to make a movie just because it seems like it might be a good idea. So when people saw The Gymnast, there's that sort of natural invitation toward, well, what happens?
What happens? Jane is back, and The Aerialist has been called one of the most revealing movies about a dancer's life ever made.
So Jane's backstory, in case people don't know, she was an Olympic gymnast and got injured during the trials, tore her Achilles, and then we find out in The Aerialist that she tries one more time 4 years later to get back to competing shape, and it doesn't end up working out. But she does end up having a successful career as an aerial choreographer and an aerial performer in pop tours. So that's where we kind of run into Jane again. It's 15 years later. She's part of a group of 6 dancers who are very tight-knit called the Fam, who've been on tour with a diva of some age for quite a few years, and they are in the last 2 weeks before the show is about to go into production rehearsal, which would happen in an arena. There's an event where their very dear collaborator, director, choreographer has to leave, and then the circumstance that turns into creates this sort of dramatic tension and chaos that we follow in the rest of the movie.
Dreya has worked as an aerialist with Madonna, Pink, and Cher. Does the diva in this movie ring any bells?
You know, it's based on, inspired by true events, I would say, but it's certainly theatricalized. I think that, Aurora kind of reminds me the most of Cher in a way, who is one of the most delightful human beings, and I am so grateful that I have been employed by her for 6 years of my life. Truly one of the most generous, thoughtful people to work for you could imagine. But the kind of, the idea of a bubble around a performer where they might not know what's happening is a pretty accurate thing, I would say.
And what did it feel like to be up in the air again in The Aerialist?
The best, it's the best. The first time I flew on a flying trapeze, I remember laying at night when I was going to sleep that night and feeling my body do that, like the feeling of this on a flying trapeze, that first swing before you release to get caught, that has a moment where you're suspended in space and gravity hasn't got you yet. You're just like, and then you start to fall and then you get caught. And it's so cool.
And hopefully it won't be another 15 years for a sequel.
Yes, from your mouth to whoever gives money to filmmakers.